Welcome back to another one of these. I'm Shireen Williams, cover the Cowboys. This is Clarence Hill. He also covers the Cowboys. And Clarence, we're getting ready to go to camp. Friday's a big day. We get there with the team, and then Sunday is the first practice. I think there's three big issues we want to talk about here. One is the change in the defense, going from the 3-4 to the 4-3. The second issue would be Romo's return at quarterback. Big deal. He missed the offseason practices, OTAs, minicamp. And then the third issue, obviously, is the play calling. Let's start with the play calling, because that's probably...
Hold on. The biggest issue is Jerry Jones overhauling this whole team throughout the offseason. Certainly,
he did overhaul,
making it uncomfortable for Coach Jason Garrett, and now he's on the hot seat going into 2013, his third full season as head coach. Let's start there. With
I think that's a given. Well, he's on the hot seat.
Yeah,
8 seasons, that's a no-brainer.
There's no doubt. And Jerry Jones talked about making it uncomfortable after that loss in Washington in the season last year, going into the offseason. He overhauled the coaching staff. Certainly, the biggest move was definitely firing Rob Ryan, his defense coordinator, and bringing in the 73-year-old Monty Kiffin, your buddy from Tampa Bay days.
You think that was bigger than the play calling, bigger than taking that away from Jason Garrett and giving that to Bill Callahan?
I think that's going to have the most impact on this team and on going into next year. You know, when they made the move to Rob Ryan, there was all this excuses about he didn't have enough time to implement his system. He didn't have enough time to implement his system, and going into the first year was because of the lockout, and even last year, second year with the system, they were still having problems getting plays in on time. Well, there's no honeymoon. They have to hit the ground running from the first game of the season because, again, Jason Garrett's job on the line. The Cowboys already get in the playoffs or bust mode right now, so they have to get everything implemented in training camp and be ready to go.
Well, it'd be interesting to me. I was with Monty Kiffin in Tampa when he came in 1995, and he arrived there with much the same, maybe a little less of the hype that is here now, because obviously he's the grandfather of the Tampa 2, though people forget that it's really Tony Dungy's defense. But he arrived there with Warren Sapp and John Lynch and Derek Brooks, and so you don't have that. The most important position in this defense is the 3 technique, and that's a position that Jay Ratliff's going to play. We know he only played 6 games last year. He's getting up there in age. That'll be the interesting thing to me, is how these defensive tackles play, because it's so important in this defense for those defensive tackles to play well. I think they have the linebackers. Obviously, they have the corners. The corners are better than anything that they had to start with in Tampa. And then the safety position, too, the third most important position in this defense. And that's a question mark, I think, with Barry Church only having started 3 games in his career back there. Yeah. And we're going to have a newcomer there.
Yeah, and I think they feel good about Barry Church. The guy to keep an eye on, rookie J.J. Wilcox. I think he comes in and you have the starting job opposite Barry Church as safety. And, you know, outside of defense, been going to play calling. Certainly, this is the first time since Jason Garrett was hired by the Cowboys in 2006 that someone else will be calling plays other than Jason Garrett. It's a huge move that they're going to do this, and Bill Callahan is going to take over. He hasn't called plays in the NFL since 2003, but again, he's an old offensive line coach. Hopefully, for the Cowboys' sake, he's going to bring more balance to the team, emphasize the run more. The Cowboys had the worst rushing offense in team history last year. They rushed the ball fewer times than any other team in Cowboys history last year. They had to be more balanced to take some of that pressure off Tony Romo, who got a $108 million contract in the offseason and missed the entire offseason program.
And he's going to be more involved in the offense, too. Romo's going to have a bigger hand in this thing with Bill Callahan, so it'll be interesting to watch. We've got a lot of talk about as camp goes on, but we're excited about day 1, which starts on Sunday. Join us again for one of these.